We all heard the insane rumors about Saudi Arabia. You know, where is oil, there is money too. It's constantly growing, expanding, aiming higher and higher. Energy development, multi-billion-dollar investments, enormous tourist projects. A good example of this crazy project is a resort that opened in 2024. That's what we are going to try today, Shebara Resort. This is the most interesting place I have ever visited. But I need to tell you, it's not gonna be without problems. I am gonna show you every big mistake that has never happened to me at this level in any luxury resort. Especially not for this amount of money. But more about that later. Getting there is already a challenge. Let me show you why. I was in Riyadh for a business meeting. Then came the idea, why not? Why shouldn't I visit this place if I'm already this close? Two birds with one stone, let's go then. Except there are no direct flights on Mondays to the Red Sea. Okay, I can wait a day. Especially in the Four Seasons. That's a sacrifice I am willing to make. To be honest, I have seen a better airport. If Saudi Arabia wants to be a leader in this industry, there is still room for growth. We waited more than a day for this flight and we almost missed it. Starting good, but in the end, we made it to the gate in time.
This is just the first impression. The plane is not the youngest one, and you see that there are some problems here or there. We are coming from here and we're going to build up the excitement, hopefully.
After 2 hours, we arrived at the weirdest airport I have ever seen. Just look around. Seems like our plane is the only one here. Except a few private jets, of course. The airport is still under construction and I can see that it will be amazing. The security check is super fast and by the time we finished it, our luggage was already waiting for us. One of the best airport experiences. To get to Shebara, we have 3 options. A seaplane, a boat and a private yacht. I wanted to try the seaplane since I haven't tried it so far. But the weather is too windy, so it's not an option now. And the boats connect to a port, so we gotta get there first. We jump in the transfer car, which by the way looks like a rainbow. But it's a Mercedes and it's next level. The airport is new, the car is new, everything feels new here. So we had a bumpy start in Saudi Arabia, but now I feel we are on the right track. We see more and more green spots in the desert. It feels like we are slowly approaching an oasis. Turns out we have one more stop before the port.
After this 25 minutes of drive, we arrive to the lobby. This is a kind of lounge. This is where we are waiting for our boat. Probably they will bring the luggages. Nice area. It's good to be here, and hopefully we will be able to get on the boat shortly.
Or so I thought, for like 30 minutes, when it started to become suspicious. No info about our leaving, not a word.
We are sit here for almost like half an hour. There is no information, so if I can give a recommendation to them, they should inform us how much minutes should we wait.
This waiting makes no sense for me. There was only one plane coming here, so they knew exactly how many guests would arrive and when. I just don't get it. Then the deadlock breaks.
Okay, so now I got some updates and some answers. We will leave in like 15 minutes from now. Originally, they planned to leave around 2 o'clock. It's nice, nobody told us. But...
Eventually, we gotta get out here. So let's take a look around until then. I don't know where we are or what this is, to be honest, but it looks gorgeous. After an hour, it's finally time to leave. And that leaves us with this.
What is your guess? Which one is ours? I hope that one, the big one.
No, not that. The other one.
So we are on the boat. I was hoping that we can go with that one, but unfortunately it's not the case. But anyway, finally we are here and we are ready to sail.
By the way, this boat is also really new. Everything is nice and comfortable. As you can see, something is always building here. Saudi Arabia has big plans. Big is an understatement, actually. This is a program called Saudi Vision 2030. Renewable energy projects, enormous industry developments, and of course, tourist developments. They wanted to raise the annual visitors to 100 million by 2030. This goal was reached way ahead of the planned date. In 2023, they have already welcomed almost 110 million visitors. Not bad. A part of this vision is the Red Sea project. That includes 22 islands and 6 inland locations. They aim to have about 50 resorts with around 8,000 rooms. The first resort that opened within this project was Six Senses Southern Dunes in 2023. A year later, in 2024, 4 more opened, including the one we are at now. We are arriving, and my first impression is stunning. I have never seen anything like this before. A warm welcome and a fresh towel.
Welcome to Shebara.
Good to be here.
Nice to have you. How was your trip?
The villas look amazing, like pearls in the ocean. Or the sea, whatever. Can't wait to get inside. It's quite beautiful as they merge into the landscape. This beautiful structure is created by Ikiro Design, an award-winning agency that has a lot of expertise in extravagant designs. The water and the surroundings are breathtaking. Like the nature here is completely untouched. In fact, the whole resort was built on eco-friendly solutions, which is also a big part of the Red Sea project. For example, you can find Saudi Arabia's biggest off-grid charging network here. So riding around with an electric car here is not a challenge. Shebara has its own solar plant, its own recycling system. Even has its own desalination plant that provides fresh water. Again, we find ourselves in a lounge. Vibes are great, we got a nice little welcome drink and took a seat to relax a bit. The place looks stunning. From the furniture to the ceiling, everything is beautiful. As you can see, there are long distances between the different spots here. For that, we have these electric buggies that provide transportation on the whole island. Finally, and I promise you this is the last finally, we are in our villa.
Welcome to your overwater villa.
And the place, oh boy, it looks breathtaking. By looking at it, now I think that it was worth the time. I would show you around right now, but I'm tired and hungry. Our first restaurant we are going to try here is called Lunar. The staff gives us a warm welcome. This gentleman is a viewer of the channel. His name is Augustine and he's the restaurant manager.
The whole place has a beautiful vibe. I love the ceiling. It's so creative.
You know, seeing the villas and the buildings, the roads, the clothing of the staff, they put the effort into everything. Or so I thought. But let's not rush into that now. I love the menu. There are different foods from different cuisines. It is easy to find something you love here. The staff here is kind and they are doing their job well.
That smile, how the gentleman welcomed us. No matter how much money you spend on a place, that smile is unbeatable. It just creates feeling, emotions and memories.
I imagine it is hard to find professional people at the end of the world, but the ones I have met here are definitely among those exceptions. We start with the usual, bread and butter. The bread is crusty, fresh and delicious, just like the butter. But here comes the first concerning thing, a non-alcoholic champagne. 2 words I would never put in the same sentence.
Don't put me under pressure.
But you know, we are in Saudi Arabia. Religion and alcohol here are not exactly friends. Imagine what the supporters felt at the Qatar World Cup when they saw the zeros on the Budweiser cans. Although the interior is nice, I miss the view of the sea. The reason is that it's currently Ramadan here. That's an important religious event in Islamic cultures. It is a fasting period for Muslims. So during Ramadan, public eating, drinking or smoking during the day is prohibited. So that's why the windows are covered. This way the Ramadan is honored and they can avoid the temptation. I respect everyone's religion. But this is a resort which is supposed to welcome foreign tourists as well. From that perspective, it can be a disadvantage. I feel like they would need some kind of alternative solution for this. I won't talk much about lunch. We had this and this and this and this. Tom yum soup, ribeye steak with peppercorn sauce, Everything was absolutely delicious and refreshing. Now that I have fueled up, I finally have the energy to show you our home. This is it. Looks breathtaking. Let's check it in detail. This beautiful interior is the work of Studio Paolo Ferrari, another perfect choice for a place like this. First of all, you can barely find any corners in this space, which is absolutely beautiful. Everything just continuously flows around you. A wonderful design solution. This is our kitchen, and it is like every other kitchen, but it has a secret door. A butler can come here unnoticed and place the breakfast in the kitchen if we decide to have it here instead of the restaurant. And of course, he can deliver everything else we order, and that will be a little problematic. But more about it later. Coming to the living room, we find this weird thing, which, without exaggeration, looks like it's straight out of June. I'm not gonna open it now. I don't want to shoot all my ammo at once. The metal elements from the outside are coming back from time to time. The lamps, the nightstand, some small accessories, really nice. The furniture is all custom made and absolutely gorgeous. I love every single piece. Everything is curved, soft, beautiful design work, and I bet they come with a price. The material choices are also great. I know you're not here and can feel it, but you need to believe me. The table, the walls, the chairs, the textiles, the wood, the metal, the floor. Literally everything here feels like the best in its category. Just like the bed, the way it should be on this level. You can buy a good mattress or a good bed, but this design is something extraordinary. My favorite corner of the villa, or rather curve, is the bathroom. It is breathtaking, worthy for a design award, really. It is artistic and all natural at the same time. It's wide, comfortable, and the shower itself has a lot of functions. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. Feels like I'm repeating myself with this, but honestly, I am just amazed. This place is something else. The view speaks for itself, and how they designed this window is really clever. You see this endless image of beautiful water, the mirrors, the light. I don't want to say it again, but beautiful. One thing is for sure, I will always remember this room, because this is my most unique suite ever. The price even includes the butler service. To communicate with the staff, we have to use WhatsApp. It's a common thing, nothing unusual here. And at this point, we arrived at the first weirdness. I ordered 2 Coke Zeros. So I have been waiting for a while, and my Coke still hasn't arrived yet. I couldn't wait any longer, and the day is still far from over. So we decided to take a walk. There is this beautiful sunset, sandy beach, my wife's hand in mine. What could I say? I am a hopeless romantic. And then I see this, a miracle. A bar, which turned out to be a mirage instead. First of all, it's not open yet. It will open in 10 minutes, which just doesn't make sense for me. Here is a pool and all this luxurious environment. And there is not a single soul who could give you a drink.
6 more minutes to go and someone will come and we will have a sunset drink which will in that special place, which will be non-alcoholic as well.
Well, how does that song go? Easy come, easy go. The view is still spectacular though, so it kinda compensates us.
To be honest, sitting here enjoying the sunset is not the same like sitting in Italy and having a Negroni in your hand. These cocktails, nice orange juice in it, but I don't want to have orange juice at the moment.
Don't get me wrong, the cocktails and fruit juices are very nice here. So we have a plenty of choice for dinner. But before we leave, our Coke Zero saga continues. Remember, I ordered 2 Coke Zeros a few hours ago. At 19:58, our guy arrives with the drinks. But he forgot his keys, so he kindly asks me to let him in. I sent the message at 14:49, so little more than 5 hours later, we had our drinks. Wonderful. By the way, I ordered 2 cans, not bottles. Don't get me wrong, It's not about those two insignificant cokes. It's the idea behind paying for the butler service. These kinds of things shouldn't be a challenge or a problem, because these are ordinary requests. It's not like someone's asking for the manuscript of the next Game of Thrones book. The fact that I can get 2 cokes, or even a single reply for hours, just makes no sense. Anyway, our choice for the night is Ikiro. A nice, intimate interior welcomes us with a fire crackling softly in the background. This restaurant offers us some Nikkei cuisine. It's basically a fusion of Japanese and Peruvian food. Nikkei is the word used to describe immigrants of Japanese origin in Peru. We went for the omakase menu. Our dinner starts with a crab gyoza served with a ponzu sauce.
Nice, rich flavors. I like it.
A great first bite. Then Gus offers us a non-alcoholic champagne.
Actually, this is the closest.
Finally, next up, yellowfin tuna with truffles. It's a good one. Then comes a Japanese classic, chawanmushi. This version is a little more on the pudding side, but actually not bad at all. And now the main course. When I saw this on the menu, I got excited. But this isn't exactly what I imagined. They ground the A5 Wagyu and turned it into a meatball. I'm not a chef, but I wouldn't grind up A5 Wagyu. If you have a perfect ingredient, maybe just let it shine in its best form. Then we get a bowl of Japanese white rice with tuna and yes, truffle. I didn't feel the balance here.
The rice is lack of temperature. I had a huge amount of wasabi in just 1 spoon, and there's no saltiness.
The flavors didn't quite come together. And for dessert, a Japanese green tea ice cream with mango mochi and a Japanese cheesecake with vanilla syrup. All in all, it was a good dinner. The service was professional and pleasant. I'm so happy I got to meet Gus again.
How was the rest of the day?
I absolutely love this guy. So we closed our meal with a cup of tea. I had a good feeling about the tea, since there is a lot of Japanese influence here. And I wasn't wrong, it was amazing. After our dinner, it is time to get some rest. But before that, let's find out what is that thing. A hibernate chamber, the Holy Grail. Close enough. This is a bar. Without, drumroll please, alcohol. What a wasted opportunity. Looks amazing though. I always like a good tale before going to sleep. This tale now is the mysterious case of the Coke Zero. Because guess what? It is still not over. The phone in the room started to ring at around 11 o'clock. And in the middle of the evening, someone asked me if I wanted some Coke Zeros. And also if I wanted some lemon with them, because they saw the message. Well, that's nice of you asking. But let's sum it up. I informed them that I arrived home at 9:30. The Cokes I ordered around 3 o'clock, they arrived around 8 o'clock. Thank you very much. I am good for tonight. A funny thing, they keep calling me Petra, which is my wife's name. I wonder if this is the end of this story. You can never be sure. So let's close our eyes and forget about it. Waking up next day, I noticed an imperfection in the room. You know, there are few cornerstones for me in a hotel room. A blackout is one of them, and it's almost completely light here. The guests are arriving from different time zones, and I can understand that some people don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. for the first light of the sun. It's a basic feature, even in 4-star hotels. I think it is a big mistake. Otherwise, the bed was amazing. I had a good sleep. The AC is quiet and cool. So far, a great room experience. I made a quick coffee, chilled with it on the balcony, and I had a thought. I would love a massage. So I hit up WhatsApp and asked the butler to arrange it for me. Well, at that point, I had no idea what I just did. Until we get our massage appointment, we can have our breakfast. We could order it to our room, but we can be lazy tomorrow too. So let's walk now. There's just one tiny problem. We don't know where we should go. We have been searching for it for a while and got lost a little.
Still, there is no sign of whatsoever.
Luckily, we found a guy who was kind enough to show us the right direction. A few bigger signs would be great. Just a thought. The breakfast is surprisingly good. The vibes are great. Nice music, cool temperature, and we have a wide range of food options. Classic buffet, a la carte, pastries, hot dishes, whatever you would like. Fresh pastry, good coffee, fresh fruits.
Beautiful.
Breakfast is solid. The sea is whispering my name. So I decided to go into full action, man. It would be a shame to miss diving into it. There is an option for that, and they give you everything you would possibly need. So I pick up my equipment and head back to a room, where I discovered a very neat thing.
6 different ties with me, but there is no swimsuit. This is how clever I am.
Luckily, I am not the first to make that mistake.
150 euro later, I am here with my new black swimsuit.
Let's finally jump in the water.
So I'm really out of my comfort zone. It's really far away from fine dining. But now we're going to see a fish in a different form, not as we used to. So let's see a fish which is alive.
As much as I enjoyed the sea, there is another place I enjoyed more. The infinity pool, one of the strongest parts of the villa.
I enjoyed this deep sea, but to be honest, I prefer this one.
It is chill, the endless view is priceless. I love it. It wouldn't be me if I missed the gym.
I am heading to the gym with a warm-up walk-in. There is no one here. I know that there are many guests, but I hardly see anybody. The whole place is for us, and I do enjoy it.
So this is a good place to leave the luxury feeling. You can truly enjoy the privacy. And here we are. This is the gym.
So I start my warm-up, and this is a nice gym. Not too big, but it shouldn't be big. I think it's just enough for that amount of guests. Okay, I'm not sure that that was the proper way to use this equipment, but it felt amazing. So training is done. I feel I gained like 2 grams of muscle. Now is the perfect time to visit the spa and go for a massage. But unfortunately, 4.5 hours ago, I asked our butler to arrange a massage for me, but yet no answer has arrived. I still don't know should I visit the spa or not, so probably I will just walk there by myself and try to arrange it.
So I was heading to the spa, and meanwhile a message popped up on my phone. They said the spa is fully booked for today. Interesting, because a few minutes later, I just walked in and got an appointment. Just like that. Never mind. The surprise I mentioned before was waiting for me in the room. At breakfast, I tore up my pants. They noticed and were insisting to have it fixed. I wasn't sure about this because of the many mistakes the hotel already made. But here is the thing. They were watching when I came back from the gym. The pants were fixed before I could say blueberry pie.
Fixed beautifully.
Now this is what I call great service. Thank you, Gus, again. But as great as it is, this attention is quite common on this level. For example, they repaired my luggage at Marina Bay Sands without asking, or gave me medicine at Capella when my stomach was sick. But nonetheless, it always feels good when they take care of you. They took care of me, so thank you guys. It's lunchtime and we find ourselves at Lunar again. I don't want to have a big feast now, just a simple lunch. I ordered a chicken tikka and a good old burger with fries. There is not much to tell about the restaurant itself. Comfort food, good food, it is really pleasant to be here. But the staff deserves praise, because they are amazing. In the end, I got punished for eating a burger after a workout.
This is not the best day for the white trousers.
It is finally time to try the spa. The spa, just like everything else, is absolutely beautiful. It's like a temple, calm, clean, and the design is just spectacular.
Ginger, green tea, white sugar. Thank you very much.
Slowly getting in the mood. There is just one little problem. Again, I gotta tell you, this place reminds me of a roller coaster. At one moment, it is the best thing I have ever seen. And in the next, something that never happened before happens.
The kind lady just left with other guests, and I was just standing right here. Maybe you will see. And I mean, truly, there is nobody's here.
You know, it's not easy to surprise me, but somehow they manage it every 10 minutes. But eventually she came back and apologized. I couldn't be mad about her. It's not a big thing anyway. She was so nice, and after all, everything was alright. The details in this place are insane. This mini holder is one of my favorite things.
This is really creative. If you have keys and everything.
I decided to try the sauna, and it was a good decision. So the spa was great, but right after that I had a 60-minute massage session. So in 60 minutes it was over. What a surprise! Still, my driver somehow managed to be 25 minutes late. I asked the driver if there are many on the island now. She said no, not at all. Then it just makes no sense. Alright, I'm a bit mad at this point. I know it seems like these are minor problems, but it's quite frustrating. On this level, it's actually unacceptable. The butler service just doesn't work. I can't make reservations, I can't ask for transfers, and I don't get replies. These things never happened to me before, especially in a luxury resort. There are big distances between the locations here, so the transfer is important. For me, as an entrepreneur, time and order are important. And of course, the buggy is 30 minutes late. There is a room for improvement, for sure. The night comes again, and it's time for our second dinner. This time we are going to an Italian restaurant. This is Aria Mare. We took a seat outside. This is nice. Flames, dark, light breeze, very nice people from the entrance to the table. I love the vibe. I also love the menu. At first sight, it looks great. There are a lot of classic items on it I love. Vitello tonato, grilled octopus, pasta, abani lobster, red prawn ceviche. We start with the focaccia, which is a tiny bit dry for me. But the quality of the oil is excellent. It's delicious. Since I order most of my food from the antipasti section, a lot of things arrive at once. There is vitello tonato, grilled octopus, red prawn ceviche, lobster, and beetroot salad on our table. Nice plates, nice colors, fresh flavors. Each and every of these appetizers were absolutely delicious. And of course, pasta. It is a Mediterranean restaurant, after all. This is fantastic. Homemade pasta, beautiful, rich, heavy sauce, deep, meaty flavors, and nice aged cheese. This place is amazing. It's not pretentious, not overthought. Just really good, quality food. This is a restaurant I would come back for. If it was in my city, I would gladly walk for it every Tuesday night.
This is our last morning, and we are waiting for our breakfast, but before that we do some morning walk.
Oh, so this is how they do it. I wondered how these things stay so clean. Anyway, we decided to have our breakfast delivered to our spaceship. As you can see, our secret door has a use. Gus, the king of the island, and Ibrahim, his best student, are already busy preparing our food. I was sneaky and catch them in the kitchen.
We don't call it room service. We call it in-villa dining because it's an experience in its own. Freshness of a restaurant, comfort of a room, can't be any perfect, is it?
A little bit gitch, but you know what? Who cares? We are on holiday. Let's make it romantic. Pool, heart-shaped platter, rose petals. Let's make it Instagram compatible. I knew it's going to be dumb before I even went into the pool.
So the floating breakfast was a nice idea, but when I wanted to have my fork and knife and just realized that it's not gonna work.
But at least I got to meet Gus again. Gus is everything, guys. Really. But after we finally got out of the water and ate it like a normal breakfast, it was good. Overall, this was an amazing breakfast, one of a kind. My wife and I had a really good time. If there is a perfect morning, this was it. But then, a little bit later, there is an error in the matrix. Again.
So it's 12:47, and 2 minutes ago, in that door, there is 2 other guests came inside with a key card. And they just said, sorry, there is a guest. So right now, cannot even manage which villa is taken and which is not. So it's super strange. I mean, it's super strange.
Time to pack our stuff and leave. After a short delay, our golf car arrives and picks us up. You would think that's it. But this place is like a Nolan movie. We are not done yet. Yesterday at 9 a.m. I tried to book a transport because I still don't want to walk through the desert. The system they use for communication has just broken down again. So I opened up a booking application and they started to communicate through that. I wrote so many messages that ChatGPT could generate a perfect copy of my personality. And finally, after half a day, I got a transportation booking. But in the evening, they started to message me again. Hey, would you like a transport for your flight tomorrow? At this point, I still stayed calm. But they have really put me to the test. This is very disturbing for me. I don't like being exposed. It is really important that you are being informed about when you can leave the island and how. In other cases, I would manage it myself. But it's not exactly a place where Ubers or taxis are swarming. There is just one thing left to do: paying the bill. Our total is 27,000 Saudi riyals for 2 people, 3 days and 2 nights, which is equal to about $7,200. Let's sum it up. I have seen a lot of things I have never seen before. This resort is absolutely unique. The whole scenery is amazing. I also met a lot of great people here. It has everything to be excellent. But right now, what they need is a system. A lot of things here are strange and unpleasant at times. Money alone can't create great hospitality. You need finesse. For this amount of money, you don't expect this yin and yang. They were kind enough to hear me out, so I could share my concerns. After that, I was offered that all my dinners were free. It's a kind gesture. The only problem is that I paid for the full board experience, so they were already included anyway. There is a long road ahead of this place, but I see the potential in it, and I think with time this baby will grow into a successful adult. I can't wait to see it, and I wish all the best for them. And that does it for this episode. If you like this video, hit subscribe. See you next time.
You can call me stupid.